topic for discussion today is indulgence in ritualism amongst teenagers and youths.
There are so many factors that one could point to as the reason or cause for people venturing into practice of ritualism. Well, we can consider so many things. I would like to list a few, such as social media itself, parenting.
Posted, if native doctors can make chance for somebody else to be rich, why have they not made chance for their own children and even themselves to be rich?
We are in a society whereby parents believe that children must make money however which way. I have seen a series of interviews where children have stated that all they need is a laptop and they will do all they need to do to get what they need to do.
Why killing somebody you profess you love because you want to be rich? We'll meet money here on earth. We also die and leave money. So I just said that to add to what you have said, you also mentioned some of them. I said, put our system in place, sensitization and strong advocacy in schools. Because these students, some of them are real students, some are still in school. We're seeing the teenagers now, 14 years, 16, 17. There. So if schools can really, hammer on all these things, compromise refusal on the part of the uniform men, sometimes they encourage them. When they even get the money for all those that do Yahoo and all, they bribe them and they shut up their mouth. This is also a way of encouraging them to continue in this, So if everybody, like I said earlier, will have a role to play in this matter, it's for everybody. I would say, who is to blame? Everybody needs to be blamed. So we need to, if I be cautious of what I do, what I say, and you're cautious of what you do, what you say, I think it flows down. So that empathy we mentioned is very, very key. We need to do to people, treat people how we want them to treat us. Like I said earlier, those saying, bringing your girlfriend. I said that girlfriend is precious. It's a precious daughter to somebody. It's a precious sister to another boy like you. And you say, kill to get money. And you are saying with all impunity, no fear, even showing your face, you didn't even mask. That's what is going, nothing is going to happen. This is very, very unfair. Too bad, as a young man. So these are things. We should have that feeling, that love you mentioned now should be put in place. Let's have value for human like us. Money is not everything. Even when you get that money, they say, so what am I going to do with all this money? We also here in Western world, so many people that commit suicide in Western world are people that have money, enough money. But they feel that what's all this again? So they still lack something. That love is still very, very important. Please, those of you hearing me, let's do away with this. If your son gets money that you don't like, ask your son, what are you doing? How do you get this money? Not me too, I want to feel big, especially we mothers. I want to wear lace so like other women too, not be me. They didn't want me to come and suffer to let them go. No, you're leading your son or your daughter to early grave. Please, let's be cautious, especially parents. And you to yourself know that this is wrong. We'll take a break and I'll come back and enter question and answer session. Vivid view, say and do it.
My name is Blessing. My question is, how do you help youth that are in ritual practice already to put an end to it?
I'm Ibrahim Firdaus. My question is, how can failed parents retrace their steps?
Welcome back. I want our guest to tackle this question I've been asked. Thank you.
Yes. So from the questions I asked, I'll take the first one, which is, how do you help the youths that are in practice of ritualism to put an end to it? Yes. I think the most important thing is sensitization. In schools, at home, in what we do, social media, if their peers already consider it wrong, they most likely will tell them that what they are doing is wrong once they do it, because they already understand it's wrong. The parents themselves need to imbibe a culture of correction. So sensitization is important. Sensitization on social media, on radios, on television stations, whereby everybody sees that it's wrong. And sensitization should not just cover that it's wrong. Sensitization should show that it's wrong. People believe more in action than in words. You can publish the laws. We have the criminal codes that covers the entirety of Nigeria and criminal laws of various states. We can always publish and let people know that there are laws. We can have programs that makes people know what the law says and how they can be punished. We can have laws that are stricter with bigger offenses of which reviews would occur. Then I think if we also consider that these offenses are published when someone commits the offense, rather than public display, because what we see the police do is usually public display of the person. Whether or not they've been prosecuted, they are usually publicly displayed. And then that's not the way the law should work. The law is that someone is investigated, you conduct your investigation. After investigation, the person is brought to the court. Now, if after the person is considered guilty, the best thing you can do is publish it. You can see now that Kemi, I don't know if many of you are aware that Kemi Adetiba has bought rights to publish the Hushpuppi story. The reason why she wants to do that is to sensitize, so that people see what Hushpuppi has done and where it has led him to.
And learn from that.
And learn from it. So if you look at social media now, like we were informed when we were in the course of discussion.
Yes.
The social media will show you where people are carrying this lavish lifestyle as a proper lifestyle. You see them splashing cash. I have no issues with some people's legitimate money making, but how they spend their money also affects the people. You see people at weddings take big bundles of money and throw it. There are laws that actually even restrict you from actually spraying money.
Yeah.
But they don't just spray the money, they throw the bundles. The bundles are what they are spraying. They are not spraying 100 naira, they are not spraying 15 naira, they are spraying bundles, not spraying, throwing bundles of heavy notes that you know that just a whole lump sum is already about 100,000 naira. And they're already like, wow, 100,000 gone, 200,000 gone, and as they are throwing each bundle. So sensitization, those videos should not be allowed to go into space.
Yes.
Then I also recall that I have siblings, and some of them are not of age. Parents need to know that there are some restrictions you can actually help your children when it comes to sensitization. I installed what we call Google Family Link. Google Family Link allows me as the adult to create a Google account for them and put their proper age. When they come off age, that's when they clock 18. I can remove the restrictions. Now this restriction prevents them from seeing adult content. We should also allow for children to watch movies based on their rating. Exactly. I know you might watch some Nigerian movies and not see ratings, but if you watch movies on things like African Magic,
they put rating.
They put the rating. You
13
see
years, 16 years, and all that.
Parents need to understand what those ratings are and prevent their children from watching movies below their rating.
Exactly.
My siblings, they know if I'm around, you don't watch a movie that is below your rating. So which was why I even proposed that my mother got them a separate
we even want them to do, whether you're around or not, let them buy that
so we got them a separate decoder, so that the separate decoder covers their age bracket, because it has parental restrictions, whereby they are restricted to their age gap. So anything beyond that age gap will not even show on their own private decoder. So restrictions as this would help. Just like I said, the family link will restrict on the Google space for their phones and their devices. It even allows you manage their time. The time they go, they stay online, the time they stay offline. So it allows you manage their activities. And if you consider the fact that you are controlling their rating and what they watch on TV, you sensitize them into knowing what to watch and what not to watch. When they see things, I remember in our young days, our parents see a movie scene that we shouldn't watch. They tell you, don't face the wall. Parents don't do that these days. They will be like, if I don't show you, you see it on social media. But the social media in question is sensitized if you can actually manage them. Then if there are publications of things like their punishments, whereby someone does an act, you see the person being punished. You see the punishment and they see it just like they see it in the movies. In the movies, they'll be like, it's a movie, Joe. It's just a movie. Someone sat down and wrote the script. When they see life punishment of people, where people are told that you are hereby sentenced to life imprisonment
for
doing
that.
Sentenced to death by hanging, and you see them cry. There was a time when people used to watch people being shot by firing squad. Why? It was so that they could see that those that are putting themselves into those positions will be punished that way. Children seeing people losing their life in that way would not want their own life to be lost by taking actions that would cause them to lose their lives. So by doing that, I think the parents would actually have helped, the society would have helped, and then when there are policies, government policies restricting these things, I think they will actually help in helping the youth stop this practice.
The second question, thank you.
Now, as to the second question, which is how would failed parents retrace their steps? I think the best way to deal with this is, I have an ideology. I've always said that you cannot fill a cup that is already full. Parents first need to understand that they are wrong. Most parents will be wrong and do not even deem it right to tell their child that they can be wrong.
You can apologize
They
to
fail
your
to
children
let the child
first.
know that they are humans, entitled to make mistakes.
Apologize to your
So
children.
first,
It's
they
not
should
your
learn
place.
apology.
Then
They should
before
learn
you
to
tell
be
them right
close
thing.
to their children. Learn to be able to speak to your children. Tell them, oh, I reflected on what I said and I realized I was wrong.
That I misled you. So
Now
that's
the
it.
child will be able to realize that humans make mistakes, but try not to make costly mistakes. And when you make mistakes, retrace your steps. So the parents need to show the children how these things work. Parents need to accept, they need to reorientate themselves. Like I heard that there is now a association of mothers of Yahoo boys.
Can you imagine?
I actually read it and I was like, wow, now it's become so legalized that the parents actually think that they can actually support them. I've heard of stories where the parents take these children to the herbalists to get fortified, to make them better, which actually would require them to do sacrifice, human or animal. They would be required to do some form of sacrifice. And I think speaking the truth, making the children understand that truthful speaking is important. If you are truthful to your children and they imbibe the culture of being truthful, they probably will tell you when their friends told them something that they believe is wrong. They would probably tell you when they think something should be done. And that gives you the opportunity to correct them. When the child comes to you and tells you, Dad, I found out that Tunde went to one Baba and he decided to make this and this work so that he could have the money he decided to get. When you decide to deal with those things by telling the child, oh, this is what it will lead to, this is what it will lead to, I think the parents would have successfully retraced their steps by making the children know that they can actually do wrong, but they know the effect of the wrong. So you see the wrong, and I am correcting my wrong. So when you commit a wrong, correct the wrong, or avoid committing a wrong. So I think with those things, I think that parents would have successfully changed their ways and retrace their steps.
Well, thank you so much, Segun. You have really said it all. That's it. When you're making when you're speaking, I also chip in that parents can apologize to their children. It's not our place. Apologize to your children. Oh, I thought this is right before, but what I told you is wrong. I am misleading you. I'm not doing you good by that. Please, I'm so sorry. Forgive me. This is not right. And go back. And I mentioned to you before too that mothers particularly want to dress and wear lace, drive car, and also live in a flashy houses and good houses and all that. No, now you're forming clique now. Association of can you even listen to yourself? How did it even sound in the ear? This is bad. Let's help the children because we are leading them to their early grave. Let's help them. We have lived our lives as mothers, for crying out loud. Help your children to live their own lives. Tell them the right thing to be done. Tell them the right thing to be done. Please, parents, mothers like me, daddies and mommies, please, tell your children the right thing to be done, not to mislead them. You know, there's a story that time we mentioned about by firing a squad. You know, when they want to convict a thief or a robber, they will say, okay, they tie one of the boys those days in a stake, and he just say, please. The pastor just finished praying for him because the pastor will always come and pray. And he said, please, I want to talk to my mother. And the mother came. He said, please, come close. As the mother just come close to put her ear to his mouth, he just bite that. He took people to drag the woman's ear from his mouth. He said, because when I was doing this wrong, you were healing me. You didn't tell me that what I'm doing is wrong. Because also it's not how God wants it to be, that you even bury your children. Now you lead your children to their early grave in the name of want to be rich, want to belong. Haba. Please, let's do the right thing. What you couldn't succeed, you want your children to succeed by killing themselves. That is wrong. You couldn't make money by your own when you were their age. And one day you are pushing them not to do that for you. How? So what you need to do to your children is to give them good education, send them to school. Whether there's work for them to do after their graduation or not in Nigeria, let them have that basic education first. A door will open for them someday. And that's our prayer. Please, mothers. Vivid view.
Say it and do it.
Welcome back. Please, Segun, can we have your final words?
I would actually want to end this with a quote from Malcolm Gladwell in The Outliers, The Story of Success. I do not know the quote verbatim. I would have preferred to read the quote verbatim, but all I remember from that quote is that the society we are born into, the people we surround ourselves with, the people that we see, the people that we see as kings who stand before kings, and how they got there, their wealth, are unknown to people. But they actually are things which determine where one will be in life. If the society is made, by my understanding of that quote, if the society is made to be against the people, or make them to believe that you can get wealth from any means and it will be appreciated, then people will do it. If the society is one which allows for people to labor to make their wealth, then people will do it. If the society is one which allows for people to work hard and till the soil, then they will do it. Society is one that encourages technological and scientific development, then the people will be more scientifically and technologically developed. It all goes down to the people around you, the environment you are born into, the society and its values. So if we consider our value system, consider our moral, social, and other value systems, I think that this thing will be totally curbed. And whether or not there are laws, the laws themselves are usually from the values of the people. So they would actually deal with these things based on the values of the people. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. And my own work concluding, recently the National Assembly have been sitting down to discuss this ritualism by teenagers and youths. And they now feel that it's becoming too much. And that's one of the things you said earlier, that we need to stop this sometime. Like they say, a stitch in time saves 9. Yes, they are already discussing it, but they ought to have taken steps before now, before it's circulated. All they said, there's still hope. I just pray that they will come out with something good and let the law be implemented for those who will be found guilty. But we are saying here from this platform that please, youth, have value for life. Forget about this money, 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 money. Nobody has died and, go and buried with money. It's all about this flesh. Think more about your spirit. Because when you die, you'll be answerable to God. Whether you believe it or not, you go back to your owner. What do you tell God? That you kill your girlfriend, remove the eye, kill your mother, kill whoever, to make rich. Is that what I'm going to tell God? Whether I believe or not, whether you're a Christian or not a Christian, there is a judgment day. Please think more about that. That is the way I want to end this program. Then I want to thank you once again, Segun, for your time with us. We really enjoy your contributions. I want to thank the production crew for a job well done, and also to our sponsors. We ask that God will continue to improve and increase your businesses so that you will continue to remain going concern. We don't want your business to fall, so that you can continue to support us. Thank you so much, our sponsors. Thank you, audience here and viewers out there too. We pray that what we are doing here, our slogan is say and do it, that you will put into practice. Talk to your fellow youths to disease from this kind of evil they have found themselves. I want to invite a comedian first class to sign out this program. Join us next week, please. Bye. Vivid View. Say and do it. From our sponsors. See, have the jotters, the left pad and right pad. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
That these days girls fail to understand that love is not actually once in a year. When you are married, when you are married to the right person, every day be like Valentine's Day. Sure you get. And the worst thing that can happen to you now as a human being is to marry the wrong wife or marry the wrong husband. When you marry the wrong person, even the devil will leave you because he knows that you are finally finished. Sure you get. So I was at the backstage listening to everything Mommy is saying, and she was actually making sense. The rate at which ritualists and all this ritualism is going up in Nigeria is becoming very alarming. And me, I also tell people that ritualism, as in all this ritual of a thing are for small children. Real men serve God. She understand. You don't get waiting devil won't give you, where God knows if he give you. You just need to get patient. She understand. Yeah. God God, normal. See, I've supposed to crack joke, but I was touched to say all these things. So God already talking for Bible, say, in good one in his own time. Sure you get, he knows already, he knows what they go through. Now just for you to get patient. Imagine going to bed every day knowing fully well that you've killed somebody. How do they take sleep for night? Sure you get. Imagine native doctor when they tell me, say, he will give me 250 million every morning. Now you dey inside bush. They stay inside hot. Money no good for young body. Seriously, there's something somebody will tell you, go home and reason it. Somebody wants to give you 250 million every day, make you keep person, and he dey inside bush. That money, you no good to get them. They stay inside hot, they squat. Sincerely speaking, I also saw the news, the 17-year-old boy that killed a girl because of money. When I was 17, I was still reading hard. Make I just pass jam. 180. Even if they give me course one no want, I just go. You understand? Nowadays, it's becoming alarming. As in, it's alarming. Which money you want to spend? How much you want to spend? How much we call this life can make? The way people can't live life now, it can't be like, say, our main purpose for this earth now just to come make money. Seriously, if I'm lying, correct me. I'm not lying. Everybody's just money, 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 money. And you don't forget, say, anybody will bargain with devil, you know if you win. Sure you get, you can never win when you bargain with the devil. I've actually left the comedy side and I've come to the pastor side of myself. After comedy, I know I'm going to be a pastor. I have this calling, but no, I never pick. I still they run, but God know when He go take arrest me. But before then, make I see they put smile on people's face. That's why when I'm privileged to talk to people, I speak and I also pass information. Sure you get everything where they find, you still see them. Just cool down. Sure you get. You know get today, no me say you know get tomorrow. The future they bright.